The Ripon Christian Knights travel to Sonora to face the Sonora Wildcats. Bud Castle Gymnasium is alive once again, and we're live on NorCal Sports TV. Wildcats playing back-to-back games. Last night, they beat the Buhack Colony Thunder 78-48, which snapped their 6-game losing streak. I'm Levi Flores, NorCal's voice of choice, and the Ripon Christian Knights traveling from Ripon. 4-3 overall on the season. Their season opener, at the Riverbank tournament, they played against the crosstown rivals of Sonora, the Somerville Bears, and they squeaked ahead in overtime by 2 points, 69-67, and that's where their season started. And then it's been back and forth through the next 6 games for them. They lost to Patterson 71-44. Then they beat Riverbank 54-41. Downey, the tough team out of Modesto, lost there, which Sonora will play this Saturday at the Duel at the Dome on NorCal Sports TV. So pay attention there. Also, Ripon Christian, they played the tough team out of Galt, Liberty Ranch, which Sonora has had that rivalry over the past years. And against Liberty Ranch, 54-38, the Knights took that victory, but Sonora also played Liberty Ranch early on, and they lost 57-31. Similar scores, but on the opposite side of the spectrum. They also played Gregory and Santa Cruz, which that's another common opponent between the teams. Santa Cruz, 73-55, the Knights lost that game, and Sonora also lost on December 7th, 64-33. So Sonora's defense played a little bit better, but the offense was a lot worse. This is the Minter's Treat Company pregame show on NorCal Sports TV.
SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. We are family-owned and locally operated. We offer financing with zero money down and 0% interest. Own your solar system while cutting your energy costs in half. Call us today for a low-cost estimate and start saving. Or check us out online at www.solarworks.energy. Cutler Segerstrom pledges to utilize all the resources of this agency to service the needs of our customers. We offer the highest quality insurance products from the best insurance companies in the business. Contact Cutler Segerstrom Insurance Agency. California Gold Development Corporation, building tomorrow's value today. Since 1978, our diverse services have exceeded clients' expectations and redefined standards in the real estate development industry. Learn more at calgolddevelopment.com. Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747. Scott's Distributing and Vending Service. For more than 23 years, Scott's Distributing and Vending Service has been locally owned and operated. Run by folks who have a vested interest in the success and prosperity of our local economy. Learn more about our full-line vending machine services, office coffee service, and janitorial supplies by visiting
Wildcats led by number 23, Riley Edwards. Last night, the junior guard, 19 points, the game high. Also 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. What a stat line for the junior player trying to lead this Wildcat team to another winning season. The past few years, the Wildcats have had players such as Callahan Hansen and Austin Patterson who have now gone on to the next level at the college level to play and keep their game going. And the Sonora Wildcats, really without that type of player where you just watch this team and you say, hey, this is the face of the Sonora Wildcat basketball team. Patterson and Hansen, they both scored the ball a lot. They were great point guard players. But even in that, the Wildcats right now, they don't need that player who necessarily scores the ball all the time. They just need a leader, and that's what they're searching for right now as they're just getting started on the season with a record of 3-7. Like I said last night, they beat Buhack Colony right here from Bud Castle Gymnasium, and they look to do it again, but this time against the tough Ripon Christian Knights. Someone to look out for the Knights is number 4, Crivello. He's a junior player and one of the best three-point shooters that you will see in high school ball. He has 21 made three-pointers this season already, and the Knights starting off quick there from Justin Hoffman, the senior guard, getting straight to the rack and laying it in for the deuce. But Crivello, like I said, one of the best three-point shooters. He's made 21 threes through 7 games, which is 3 on average per game. And it's not only the three-point shooting, his 2-point field goals, he doesn't get inside a lot. He doesn't take mid-ranges, and he doesn't lay the ball up. He's almost strictly a three-point shooter because along with his 21 made threes, he only has 9 2-point field goals through those 7 games. Wildcats struggling offensively and traveling will be Jared Franklin, the senior shooting guard, giving it up, the first turnover for the Wildcats. Had a chance to talk with Coach Hoffman before the game, and I said, what are the positives of the team? He says we play hard man-to-man defense, and as you saw in that first possession for Sonora, they made the stop, and it was quite easy for them as they even traveled and gave the ball up afterwards. Fighting for it, getting his own rebound and flying to the rack is Eli Terpsma. Last year, Terpsma was the Trans Valley League MVP, and he's trying to do it for the second year in a row. Along with the hard man-to-man defense that Hoffman pointed out, he said their goal of the game is just to keep moving fast. He says every single player contributes the same amount. Their starting 5 changes nearly every game, and their starting 5 aren't the starting 5 because of skill level. They're just out there because of matchups alone that the other team places out there. So Ripon Christian is heavily loaded with great basketball players. And along with that, their halftime expectation, it's not points. It's actually something a little bit different. They want to be even or above in rebounding. Sonora, not the best rebounding team. They had 33 last night, but they want to out-rebound Sonora in the first half or be even and have less than 6 turnovers. Now, within 16 minutes, 6 turnovers, it's pretty average. Most teams have a little bit more than that, but Ripon Christian really wants to keep down those turnovers and keep their offense moving fast. 4-0, the Knights ahead, and Sonora now gets their first basket from Parker Moore. Moore, the 6'4" junior. Last night he had 8 points and 4 assists. He's kind of a center-type player. He's a center wing based on their roster, and you'd expect more than those 2 rebounds, but that's all he ended up with last night. Up top is Ryan McDaniel, who's been a talk between the coaches, one of the better players, and they really like his style of game, and he's still just getting started into his basketball career as there is a foul, which will send Jared Franklin to the free throw line. But more on Ryan McDaniel. he's really a large talking point for a lot of the Sonora fans. He's only a junior, and he's still getting things done. He's getting inside, and he just has a great style about him, which he's not that guy yet, like we talked about earlier, which is the face of Wildcat basketball, but he definitely could be by the end of the season and heading into his senior year. 5-4, the Wildcats lead the Ripon Christian Knights. Knights underneath, and the block by Parker Moore, the rejection underneath, protecting the paint. 3 minutes into quarter number 1, and the Wildcats standing strong, trying to keep themselves alive and defeat this very tough Ripon Christian team. Based on the ranking system for 209 Hoops, which you could follow on Twitter, not a sponsor and not affiliated, but 209 Hoops, their ranking system has Ripon Christian receiving votes, but not in the top 20 teams. Sonora in the first ranking system was in the receiving votes category as well, but they have since fallen out, and Somerville, the crosstown rival team, has taken their place. There is John Curran throwing down the triple, the sophomore player who has also been making a statement in the Sonora realm. Into the game. Getting that triple and trying to lead this one, yelling for the trap, but he's the only one putting pressure on him. Jaron Franklin kind of stuck on the sideline. It was his guy and needed to push forward, get that trap, force him to pick up the ball, but John Curran picks up the foul instead by reaching his hands inside. Knights from 15 out, fading away, won't get the bounce, poked in from behind over the top of John Curran, and that is number 23, Jace Beetleman, the 6'7" junior post. Coach Hoffman said he's going to be really big on rebounding and defensively, and actually I have to rephrase that. He didn't say he's going to be. He said he has to be. And so far, Beetleman doing a great job of doing so. Riley Edwards gets the miss, ball poked out. Here we go in transition, 3-on-3, down the lane. Curran, good defense, going straight up and straight down. But Luke Crivello does his job, flying through, goes against the defensive pressure. McDaniel, the handoff to Franklin. Franklin, 3, won't go. Jace Beetleman with the rebound, and he will give it to Justin Hoffman. Crivello, he's open around the arc. You don't want to see him open from there. Drives in, floats short, front iron. And here's Riley Edwards. It's again, I'll mention it, 19 points last night, the game high against Buhack Colony. Edwards sidesteps, thought about the shot, picked up a little too soon. Hoffman was off the mark. Now Edwards against Hoffman once again, top of the arc, driving in, a little push of the forearm with the left hand, flies it up and a scoop. Riley Edwards gets a deuce. And now Sonora back in the lead by 2. Roger Alderman will come into the game for the first time, and I had a chance to talk with Coach Lloyd Longeway before the game. I said, Alderman, 4 rebounds per game, out-rebounding all other players despite only playing 4 out of the 10 games and with limited minutes. What's the plan with Roger moving forward, and when can we see him start this season? And he said, we're still trying to ease him back into play. He just got off of football, and the rest of these players have been practicing for the last few months together, and they have that team chemistry. Alderman is a senior. He's coming back in, and he is a leader of this team, but you still have to ease him into that play, and he's lessening the team chemistry by being a new addition, but then strongly coming back to it and regaining that percentage there. Also, with starting-wise, he said that he's just still trying to get into rhythm, and we're going to need him more tonight because of the big style that Ripon Christian plays with. Ripon Christian, a player at 6'7" and another at 6'8", so they're definitely going to need Roger Alderman, who's only listed at 6'5", but he is a mountain down on the post, and a lot of people usually can't get around him. Crivello misses free throw number 1. Sonora still leads by 2 with 2:20 to play in quarter number 1. Ryder Faust also enters the game for Sonora. It's Faust, Edwards, Alderman, McDaniel, and Reese Hampton, who entered with Alderman a minute ago. All knotted up at 10 apiece. Wildcats trying to take back that lead, stay ahead so they don't have to worry about it later on. They don't want to come back from a deficit. They want to be even or ahead the entire time. Edwards, three, good. Riley Edwards throws down three, number one of the day. Edwards was 2 of 4 from around the arc yesterday, shooting 50%. The entire team made 5 threes combined. He had 2 of those. Faust underneath, looking for a little contact following his shot, and the Knights come away with it. The steal by Edwards. He goes flying to the rack. Alderman, the secondary man. And a great job by the Wildcats taking that away and getting back down underneath. That's 5 straight points. Sonora still trying to hold on. Edwards underneath, the dish to Hampton. Hampton not ready, and here goes the Knights the other way. It's Jace Beedelman from coast to coast. The rejection by Alderman sent it packing back to Ripon. And here is a foul on Reese Hampton, the loose ball foul as Crivello nearly had full possession. Roger Alderman, the denial, down low on the block. It's not easy to get past him, and the added addition of defense from John Curran. A beautiful play, a beautiful stop, but then Reese Hampton picked up that foul on a reach with the loose ball. One minute to play in quarter number one. Noah Wright getting his first minutes of the game, along with Ryden Weaver, who reels down the rebound. It's Weaver, Hampton, Wright, Faust, and Alderman, the 5 on the court for Sonora in the final minute. Hampton gets the screen from Alderman, sets up from 16 out, and he gets the bounce. Alderman is doing a great job following up every single shot. Sonora is very guard heavy. They have a lot of players who have a similar play style, but then Alderman and Faust, those are the 2 center post type players, and they're doing a great job getting down inside the paint, getting on the low block, and when they see that shot goes up, they go down, they block out, and they try to finish off if the guard couldn't. Wright is going to hold this one as the shot clock has been turned off. There's 12 to play in the first quarter. Sonora up by 7. Hampton gets the handoff from Noah Wright. Alderman the screen, a bounce off the body, and an offensive foul. Hampton gets called for this one. A lot of Sonora fans not liking this. A little hesitation from the official who is on the side. Was it a flop? Was it an offensive foul? The officials have to have a conference, talk about the call. And either way, being unbiased here, the offensive call was on the push-off for Reese Hampton. But I honestly would have preferred to see the moving screen by Roger Alderman. The drive down, and another block by Roger Alderman, and they're going to say the Knights were the last to touch it, came back into their hands. So now Sonora will get the ball back in the final second, up by 7, and Wright is just going to hold it, let the buzzer buzz, and the Sonora Wildcats trying to stun the 4-3 Ripon Christian Knights at home.
This broadcast has been brought to you by SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. Minner's Tree Company, serving the Tuolumne County region for 20 years. The NCS-TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 2 weeks returning for the summer of 2023. The Sonora Conference Center, 4 unique rooms available hourly or daily in downtown Sonora. The Jump Manual, increase your vertical jump 10 inches in 12 weeks, guaranteed. Claim your free download of Chapter 1 at projumptraining.com/free. Benton Roberson CPAs, full-service accounting firm serving clients throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Justin Flores Productions, audio, video, and all your media needs. Check us out at floresprod.com. Body Cafe Handmade Soaps. Indulge yourself with luxurious and incredibly fragrant bars of handmade soaps. Visit our store at www.bodycafe.shop. Straight Sports. Visit straightsports.com for more information. Ab Locker Fitness. Strengthen your core and overall endurance. Visit ablockerfitness.com.
Through the first 8 minutes, Sonora has a 7-point lead, 17-10 against the Ripon Christian Knights, who have had a very tough schedule, defeating teams like Liberty Ranch, Riverbank, and Somerville. But right now, the Wildcats looking very, very good. Last night, we saw the best offense we have seen from the Wildcats all season long. I asked Coach Landry, what changed, and can we expect this type of offense from now on? And he said, we're just trying to get better. And last night was definitely a moment to get better as Ryan Weaver knocks down that three, adding to the team's total, now up by 10, which is the largest lead of the game. Besides getting better, he just said that we got better last night, and we're going to try to continue that and always execute. I said, can we expect this from now on? And he said the same exact thing. So he's definitely working in the back as the Knights try to answer with a three, and they get the good bounce as it drops through. 1 minute into quarter number 2, and a three dropped down by both teams. The Knights are definitely going to start shooting that three ball a little bit more as Ryder Faust adds another. Ryder Faust, not who you'd expect to shoot the three with such great shooters on the court besides him, but right now Ryder Faust, 5.9 points per game. And a shot clock issue will stop the game here. Ryder Faust, 24% three-point percentage. The team in total is at 25, but Roger Edwards, 50%. He is the top three-point shooter, but everyone else, they take quite a few attempts. The ball just doesn't drop as much. 23-13. Knights from the wing. Their three is good. That is number 3, Eli Terpsma. Like I was saying, the Knights need to kind of rely on that three ball, especially when Alderman has been out there. He already has 2 blocks in the few minutes he's been on the court. Pick and roll, right, three, another! Wildcats, 3 threes to start quarter number 2, 26-16. Both teams have to be careful, though, because as soon as they miss a shot and the opposing team gets the rebound, it's going to be a failed possession. And if the other team keeps shooting the lights out, could be the demise of this game. McDaniel on the outside finds Jared Franklin. Edwards gets the screen from Parker Moore. Moore uses the handles, double teamed underneath. Parker Moore saying, where's the foul? Coach Landry saying, hey, next play, it's going to be night ball, and Landry will fight for his team. Full court press for the Wildcats, trying to stop them early. Hoffman inside from 15 feet out, finds nothing but the backboard, but the putback by Derek Van Elderen, the 6-foot senior, right underneath. That's the first basket that is not a three in the second quarter. Moore, one-on-one, finds the open man. McDaniel fakes one way, gets the screen from Moore, step back. A good look at the basket, but a little hesitant to shoot. John Curran all the way down, heard the slap from here, count the basket, and one more as he heads to the charity stripe. Van Elderen picks up the foul, and John Curran, his finishing abilities, as you see. The slap was hard, but Curran finishes through it. Now he'll have the one from the free throw line. John Curran, 6.2 points per game. Along with that, 25% from 3, 67 from the free throw line, and nearly 50% inside the arc. And he's at 47. Franklin, his three won't go this time. A few players hit the deck. The Knights in transition, trying to beat the transition defense. Edwards goes flying by, and Jace Beedelman goes in for an easy bucket. Moore thought about the three, got Beetleman on the move, and the reverse goes through. Parker Moore got it down, and now Ripon Christian, they want a full timeout as the Wildcats back up by 10 halfway through quarter number 2.
From grabbing rim with like one hand. After 3 weeks of using this, I can flush down a dunk easily. Probably about 4 or 5 inches added onto my vertical jump.
SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. We are family owned and locally operated. We offer financing with zero money down and 0% interest. Own your solar system while cutting your energy costs in half. Call us today for a low-cost estimate and start saving. Or check us out online at www.solarworks.energy.
Ripon Christian Knights a full timeout to avoid what Sonora has been doing to them so far. John Curran misses his 15-footer, but an offensive rebound for Parker Moore. But Coach Hoffman wanted a full minute to tell his team what they're doing wrong and what to do better as the Wildcats up by 10. Curran baseline picked up the dribble, back out. Parker Moore, 20 to shoot for the Wildcats. Here's Franklin. He's trying to set up. And another rejection. This time it's Jace Beetleman. And here's the transition offense, which Buhack Colony, they figured it out last night. The transition offense is what worked best for them to get past this Sonora defense. From the common opponents we've seen between Ripon Christian and Sonora is that Ripon Christian, their offense might be a little bit better, but Sonora stops that opposing team from scoring as much. So you have to look at it that way. Sonora's defense has been stopping really well as Ryan McDaniel got right underneath and pinned the ball against the backboard. Dropped it down, and now it's a 12-point lead. More Wildcat pressure leads to the turnover. Open man, Franklin, three. Oh, another! Jared Franklin, the 6'1" senior shooting guard. It's another three in quarter number 2. And here, Riley Edwards nearly getting the steal and a few Wildcats a little quick to go back on offense. Curran poked it back up to Parker Moore, and John Curran within the next few years, just the ability that he has to play this game and the confidence he has can easily be that star player by the end of this year even. Riley Edwards misses a 3 attempt, but he chases it back down and couldn't quite get that ball back in play.
Back in the game for the Knights, number 3, Eli Terpsma.
Knights back in that transition offense and nearly another turnover. Barely got that ball back up with a little tip of Ryan McDaniel. Off the side of the backboard, came back down, and luckily Ryan McDaniel got that. And the official, quite a bit of a late call, but he said that there was a block by Parker Moore that went up and hit the side of the backboard after the shot. So now Ripon Christian, they get the ball back on the baseline. A very late call. Now the Knights need to get it in rather quickly and finally find Terpsma, the top of the arc. Curran, very low, very tight defense. Fake one way, Edwards reads it quickly, and the ball goes left side quite short. Moore against Terpsma. McDaniel, corner, back to Moore. The passing cut, McDaniel found by Parker Moore through the cut, 37-20. And the Knights doing everything they can to just put some more points on the board and avoid those turnovers, but it's failing through their launching shots. Curran gets a man on the side there, but couldn't complete. Final minute of the first half. Sonora leads 37-20. Knights trying to make a comeback in the final 58 seconds. 3 ball won't go. Parker Moore gets the rebound over Hoffman. Backdoor, Parker Moore asking for a screen. Nobody coming over to help. McDaniel 3. Yes! Ryan McDaniel drops down the 7th 3 of the second quarter combined. And Terpsma won't add as he airballs. Shot clock is turned off, and the Wildcats with the largest lead. It is a 20-point game in favor of Sonora. McDaniel yo-yoing the screen from Parker Moore. Final 5 seconds. Moore underneath, wraps, throws. Yes, he got the bounce, and that ends the first half. The Sonora Wildcats, what we're used to seeing, now a 22-point lead over the 4-3 Ripon Christian Knights. A stunner here, but we still have 16 to play. Stay tuned.
This broadcast has been brought to you by SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. Miners Tree Company, serving the Tuolumne County region for 20 years. The NCS-TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 2 weeks returning for the summer of 2023. The Sonora Conference Center, 4 unique rooms available hourly or daily in downtown Sonora. The Jump Manual, increase your vertical jump 10 inches in 12 weeks, guaranteed. Claim your free download of Chapter 1 at projumptraining.com/free. Benton Roberson CPAs, full-service accounting firm serving clients throughout Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Justin Flores Productions, audio, video, and all your media needs. Check us out at floresprod.com. Body Cafe Handmade Soaps. Indulge yourself with luxurious and incredibly fragrant bars of handmade soaps. Visit our store at www.bodycafe.shop. Straight Sports. Visit straightsports.com for more information. Ab Locker Fitness. Strengthen your core and overall endurance. Visit ablockerfitness.com today.
Grabbing rim with like one hand. After 3 weeks of using this, I can flush down a dunk easily. Probably about 4 or 5 inches added onto my vertical jump.
SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. We are family owned and locally operated. We offer financing with 0 money down and 0% interest. Own your solar system while cutting your energy costs in half. Call us today for a low-cost estimate and start saving. Or check us out online at www.solarworks.energy.
Ab Locker, for anybody, anytime, anywhere. Strengthen your core and improve overall endurance. Feel better about yourself. Set your own standard and eliminate the worry of wondering what to do about the task of core strengthening. It doesn't matter who or how old you may be. The Ab Locker will meet you wherever you are physically to help you be more fit for life. Ab Locker Fitness. Get locked in.
To learn more, go to ablockerfitness.com.
Adriana, you are the love of my life. Will you make me the happiest man on earth? Will you marry me?
Yes, Dave. Only if we can have Justin Flores Productions DJ our wedding.
Justin Flores Productions?
Justin Flores Productions. They have years of experience in radio and music, and their personalities make for the best experience.
Do they offer any other services?
Of course. Their slogan is audio, video, and all your media needs.
Okay.
Justin Flores Productions. Audio, video, and all your media needs. You're welcome, Dave. You're welcome.
That's a tough miss right there. It's always good to get out to a good start.
Minners Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minners Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
We
Los
just heard
Angeles.
that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
This broadcast has been brought to you by SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. Minner's Tree Company, serving the Tuolumne County region for 20 years.
At the end of the first half, the Sonora Wildcats, 22 points is what they lead by against the visiting Ripon Christian Knights. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores, and so far, Sonora Wildcats shooting the lights out. There are 7 made three-pointers in the second quarter alone. Most of those belong to Sonora, but Ripon Christian trying to answer back and retake the lead. They had one lead very early on in the first quarter, but since then it's been all Wildcats. At the end of the first quarter, it was 17-10 Sonora, and then the second quarter, Sonora outscored them by even more, 26-10. They've been held to 10 points per quarter. The Knights have, that is. Hoffman hits the deck, trying to get around the sideline, and Curran gets called for this. Didn't quite get to the position in time, so Crivello pushes the bump into him, and that's the first foul on John Curran. Excuse me, that's number 2 on him. Bunch of Wildcats on the floor, still trying to take this ball away, but then the reach occurring this time on Riley Edwards. That's going to be foul number 1 on him. And Riley Edwards last night, the first half was a fantastic 16 minutes for him, and then he finished the game with 19 as Parker Moore picks up a foul here. That'll be number 1 on him. But Riley Edwards, second leading scorer for the Wildcats through 2 quarters, 7 points for him, but the leading scorer is Ryan McDaniel with 8. And just about everyone has had points for Sonora. Roger Alderman is actually scoreless, believe it or not. Edwards has 7, Moore has 6, McDaniel has 8, Franklin has 6, Curran has 5, and a few others have 1 made shot apiece. But for the Ripon Christian Knights, kind of a lack of scoring. Of course, 20 points through 2 quarters is not necessarily what you want to see. But for them, Eli Terpsma, 5 points, and Jace Beedelman, 7. And that's just about it. Crivello has 4. Hoffman and Elderin have 2 apiece as well, but that's just 1 basket per player. So they need to definitely step it up, and it looks like they're doing so within the first few minutes of the second half. Pulls up from deep mid-range. Shot won't go. Hoffman put back, goes high up and drops through. Wildcats, what they need to focus on in the second half is just slow the tempo down defensively. You can move as fast as you want. Just get that ball out and bring it back to the offensive side. But slow the ball down offensively, but still get your good shots up. Get the open shots, high percentage shots. Edwards gets bumped, flies it out, and Ripon Christian will get another stop. Hoffman nearly poked by Edwards. Drives baseline, high up off the backboard, and not the angle he needed. Franklin against Hoffman, wraps around, goes up, and a little tip by Beedelman forces the miss. Beedelman from the high post, trying to back down more, picked up the dribble. Here's Terpsma, and he gets the bounce through. Ripon Christian immediately making a difference in the third quarter. As long as the Wildcats keep scoring and keep getting those good shots, they're not going to have an issue. And Terpsma picks up his first foul. It went from a 27-point lead to now being 15. Inside, Parker Moore won't finish through a lot of traffic. Three won't go. Rebound, Wildcats. Excuse me, it was a 23-point lead. And now Coach Langevin sees the score, wants to talk about it. It's 44-30 now, 14-pointer for Sonora.
Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747.
44-30, the Sonora Wildcats lead the Ripon Christian Knights at Bud Castle Gymnasium. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores. And so far, the Sonora Wildcats in quarter number 3 has allowed a lot more shots for Ripon Christian, but one of the worst things that has happened is not allowing those shots, of course, but the defensive side, you have to stop them. Offensively, you still have to keep making baskets, and that's what they struggled in. So you need to keep those points moving, because even if Ripon Christian, they throw down threes after threes after threes, as long as you're scoring twos, it's going to take a lot longer for Ripon Christian to come back up and make this a real game. Sonora hasn't quite done that, so they definitely need to look at that offensively, keep that going, but stops on defense is important as well. Parker Moore down low, flings back out. Jared Franklin, he has 10 to shoot. Gets to the cutting Parker Moore, a beautiful play, and caught the defense sleeping. Terpsma hands it right to Edwards. Here's a transition opportunity on the fast break. Curran from the corner, just inside the 3 line. Goes short. Curran trying to chase down and bumped by Terpsma. And this will be night ball. John Curran got a huge body bump, hit to the ground, and I know the body sizes are different, just from 6'7" to, well, we don't have a height for John Curran, but what we can imagine around 6 foot. It's loose ball fouls. Curran got one early on in the first half. Beetleman getting away with one here. Edwards, a little help from Moore. Curran through traffic, stopped by Crivello. Curran forced to get back on defense. Hoffman won't be stopped by Franklin, and Hoffman gets the Knights into the 30 decade. Moore, 3, looks good, is good. Parker Moore knocks down the triple. 49-31, and this is exactly what the Wildcats needed offensively. Terpsma finds the man outside. It's Trey Fasani. The blocked pass by Edwards, 2-on-1. Curran on the left. The dish from Edwards. And Curran saw Edwards going with the Euro step. Didn't expect the pass. So Curran will throw this one away and give it to the Knights as he heads to the bench along with Edwards. And now it will be Faust, Alderman, Weaver, Hampton, and Wright, the 5 into the game for the Sonora Wildcats. Knights got it off just in time to an open man. Only a few seconds to get it past half court. They do in the nick of time. Alderman goes head-to-head with Luke Crivello, but Crivello got the teardrop over Alderman. Faust finds Hampton outside. Another one from the corner. This one bounces off a few bodies, and Alderman will get the benefit of the doubt as it's last touched by Eli Terpsma. 25 seconds on the shot clock for the Wildcats. Weaver, quick inbound. Alderman backing down off the bottom of the backboard. Gets his own miss and puts it back down. Roger Alderman, a beast inside. Doesn't care if he misses. He's just going for the ball again and attempting the same shot. It's now 51-31. Terpsma Euroing around in the third time. Alderman, the rejection. A lot of chants from the crowd as Alderman, full hand on the ball, nothing but leather. And Faust will get the rebound for Sonora. A short stint through the third quarter that made it believe like the Ripon Christian Knights had a full comeback coming along, but Sonora, after the timeout called by Lloyd Longway, right back into the game, and heavily at that. Here's Crivello against Wright, straight down the lane, and Wright hits the forearms. Go over and help Crivello back up and head to the free throw line for two. It's going to be the first foul on Noah Wright. He hit a three in the first half. He's been silent since. Crivello had 4 points in the first half. He adds one there from the free throw line. Crivello misses free throw number 2, 50% on this trip to the line. Alderman able to battle inside, get the ball back for Sonora. Faust tries finding Alderman, has to move outside instead. Weaver against Crivello, lost the handle. That's the second time in a row. Ew! Roger Alderman slams it against the glass, and another takeaway. That's block number 4. Roger Alderman, the denial, the nasty slice, and then he gets the payback from Terpsma. Crivello the other way, chased down. Weaver trying to make the stop, and Weaver can't do so, but back-to-back blocks, and they're having some fun on the court. Alderman and Terpsma on the way back down, exchanging the takeaways. Right to the basket through 3 defenders, and Noah Wright doing a great job. Flying through, not phased. Knights will try to answer in the final minute of the third quarter. Terpsma misses, looking for a foul, and now this is the point where the Knights start looking at the officials and kind of blaming it on them. We see it with just about every team who is used to winning, and now they're trying to find out why they aren't getting the calls, but it's the wrong time at that. Transition bucket will go down the hatch for Derek Van Elderen. Shot clock is turned off in 20 seconds for Sonora. Try to add another one before entering the fourth. Wright holds off Hampton, gives the dish, fake screen on Terpsma. Now there's 8 seconds for Sonora. Faust down underneath, another rejection. This time it's by Beetleman. Ball comes through, Terpsma half court. Won't get that. So at the end of quarter number 3, the final 8 minutes underway. It's 52-38. Can the Wildcats hold on?
From grabbing rim with like one hand. After 3 weeks of using this, I can flush down a dunk easily. Probably about 4 or 5 inches added onto my vertical jump.
SolarWorks, your trusted local solar installer. We are family owned and locally operated. We offer financing with 0 money down and 0% interest. Own your solar system while cutting your energy costs in half. Call us today for a low-cost estimate and start saving. Or check us out online at www.solarworks.energy.
52-38, the Sonora Wildcats stunning this Ripon Christian Knight team. If you weren't here for the pregame show and didn't quite get all that information, Ripon Christian has played high-level teams such as Somerville, Patterson, Downey, Liberty Ranch, and Santa Cruz, which a few of those teams are similar opponents to what Sonora has faced as well. Somerville will play Sonora twice in league, so we won't see that matchup till later. But Somerville took a 2-point loss to Ripon Christian in that, but it was also overtime. Along with those for Ripon Christian, they played Downey, which is a 64-37 loss. You can see Sonora play Downey this Saturday at Columbia College for the Duel in the Dome, which is broadcasted also live on NorCal Sports TV. Liberty Ranch is another one of those teams which has a rivalry with Sonora, but on December 7th, Liberty Ranch beat Ripon Christian 54-38. 3 days later, Liberty Ranch played Sonora and beat them 57-31. So Ripon Christian gets a win against Liberty Ranch, but then Liberty Ranch gets the win against Sonora with about a 50-point margin, which, of course, 50 points is a massive amount of points. But right now, Sonora doing the same work against Ripon Christian that Liberty Ranch did against them. Another one of those teams, Santa Cruz, the same day that Sonora played Liberty Ranch. Santa Cruz beat Ripon Christian 73-55, and then a few days before that, Sonora lost 64-33. So the offense of Sonora doing a little bit better, but their defense is really the key that has been part of their game so far this season. Derek Van Elderen getting back inside. He only had 2 points in the first half, already 4 in the second. 14-point lead. A lot to ask within 7 minutes. It's Faust, Hampton, Weaver, Wright, and Alderman for Sonora. Hampton, 3. Oh! Adds another to the 3-board. Reese Hampton knocking that one down. Quick steal by Hampton underneath, working on Hoffman. Kick out right, trying to find the open player. Faust gets hit on the hand, asking for the foul. Man came from behind. That was Preston Zuer-Devot. And now Ripon Christian, instead of the transition basket, wants to talk about this final 6 minutes as the Wildcats now on top by 17. Points is what the Knights has been held to. And the Wildcats not holding back. Despite the fourth quarter up by 17, they've had struggles of their own through their first 10 games. So they want to keep it up the best possible, get every single player in there with a lot of minutes against a really tough team. Ripon Christian, they've played great all season long, and they played great here today. But the Wildcats, they finally showed up this season. Hopefully this will be the start to the rest of it. And there's the travel by Weaver, picked up that pivot foot, and very evident not only for the officials but for the rest of the gym. Officials tonight, by the way, Candace White, Brett Silvera. Thanks for being here tonight and officiate this game. And another turnover by the Knights. It's one of the things that Coach Hoffman wanted to see a lack of before he head into the locker room for the halftime. But there was quite a few turnovers, not only in the first half, but the entire game. And when a coach says something that they want to work on, it's usually something that he sees through the season. Will be Jared Franklin shooting 2 free throws. Jared Franklin last night, 6 points and 100% from the free throw line. He was 2 of 2. Crivello three. Still won't go. Crivello's been having some issues shooting threes. He's made 21 on the season, averaging 3 3-pointers per game. But today, don't believe he's made one. Here's Edwards wrapping around the outside. He has McDaniel. He'll send Franklin down low on the baseline. Gets Terpstra on the ground, and that one goes through for Ryan McDaniel, the 17-footer. Back to a 59-44 game. Curran hits the deck there. And we'll have the inbound for the Knights. On the baseline, it is Justin Hoffman. Nearly threw it away, but getting there for the Wildcats is McDaniel. Excuse me, that's Curran. Terpstra down low, getting around with the little Euro. Couldn't quite throw it through. Franklin trying to find McDaniel. Good defense from Terpstra. A little hesitation back the other way. McDaniel hits the deck. No foul. Here goes Terpstra the other way. Straight past Parker Moore, who didn't want to contest. Final 4 minutes. Sonora holding on. Curran did a great job there. He was trying to pass it over, but then they cut instead. The Curran was able to hold his dribble. It's 59-46 in the Final 4.
Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3747.
$59-44, the Sonora Wildcats trying to hold on for yet another victory. They're 3-7 right now, looking for victory number 4. This will be back-to-back wins. Yesterday, Buhack Colony 78-48, a 30-point win. And then tonight against the Ripon Christian Knights. Sonora's next game will be at Columbia College this Saturday. They are playing Downey. That's going to be a great matchup and a great day. There's going to be 6 games for the Duel at the Dome, brought to you by Sonora High Wildcat Basketball and NorCal Sports TV. You could watch every single game from the Duel at the Dome right here on NorCal Sports TV. John Curran forces the steal, then taken right back by Eli Terpstra. And the reverse goes through, but it's a little late to start showing up for baskets like that. 63-46. Sonora's just going to let that one slide. The cutting Moore wraps around, and he got that over Beetleman. Easy basket for Parker Moore. It's again Sonora not giving up, still trying to force those turnovers. They do it again. Curran wraps around underneath, and he will get this foul. That was Hoffman picking it up. Hoffman doesn't know what happened, but he fouled him. Curran on the season, 67% from the free throw line, 10 of 15. He's been there a few times tonight trying to add to that total and get his percentage up. Parker Moore, kick out, Edwards. Plenty of time on the shot clock. getting inside the paint, double teamed, and a hard foul on Terpsma. Edwards will get that one, and the Wildcats will add 3 more onto the court. Franklin Moore go out, and it will be Roger Edwards, Roger Alderman, and Luke Weber. Riley Edwards' second free throw will go through as well. Full court press still available to Sonora. Terpsma gets past Edwards, the poke out. Regained by the Knights, and then Alderman gets the strip, blocks, steals. He's been doing everything but scoring. He didn't have a single point in that first half, and I don't think he scored at all. And actually, he has a few points in the second half, but blocks, steals, assisting. He's doing it all to help the Wildcats out. Noah Wright comes in as well, and he takes out McDaniel for the final 2 minutes. Wright trying to cut off the sideline. Roger Edwards comes over to help. Excuse me, that was Riley Edwards. And Wright going to get caught on the reach. Wright allowing Hoffman to go by, and Alderman met him down low, but Hoffman with a little length and a little hop got over. 68-48, 20-point game. Yesterday, Sonora 78 points, which was the highest scoring that we have seen all season, and now back-to-back games getting the 2 highest scores that they've had through 11 games. Alderman, a little physical down low. Preston Zuardevar trying to do his best to guard Alderman, but the size difference is huge. 6 foot against 6'5". Alderman definitely has the weight advantage too, with a lot of muscle, and Alderman pushes his own player to the ground. Knights will make another substitution. Fasani goes out. Crivello comes in. Hoffman will inbound. Final minute. Alderman pokes it out. Weber put that one back in control of the Wildcats, and there is shot clock still running for them. Over 20 seconds difference. Roger Edwards trying to back down Hoffman. Needs to give it up. Ball poked out by Hoffman. Alderman couldn't get the handle. Shot clock turned off now. Ball goes off a shin. Steps in. Floater, no. With the final 20 seconds, the Wildcats will just have to dribble it out past half court. The Sonora Wildcats, another fantastic game. Last night, Buhack Colony 78-48, and now tonight, fought the entire time, never a glimpse that the Ripon Christian Knights had a chance. 68-52, the final score. We talked about Alderman in the pregame. How much more time is he going to get, and when is he going to start? But Alderman, really a statement today. 68-52, Sonora on Saturday, playing against Downey at Columbia College. Come on out, 6 games all day. Follow NorCal Sports TV on Facebook, and you can get all the information about the duel in the Dome. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores, and I'll see you Saturday at Columbia.